Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I'm grateful to Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan for inviting me here. Seems like that I'm a regular speaker of ICAP conferences, but this is difficult to talk after my elder Asad Ali Shah, Ashfaq Tola, and many other seniors. And I'm seeing many friends here from Karachi and Lahore as well. So I'm grateful to the President and the Executive Committee for inviting me here. I was a speaker in your Lahore conference as well. And I think on coming Tuesday, I'm one of the speakers in your Financial Leaders Program in Karachi. So, first of all, I think the initiative of hosting this conference in Peshawar is commendable. Peshawar is one city which is actually very important. Whenever I visited here in any event or in any program, especially with the youth, this is a very vibrant city. And this is a completely neglected city as far as the national fabric is concerned. So ICAP initiated this, and you are the trendsetter. And followed by ICAP, the Nutshell Group, my company, is hosting the first edition of Pakistan Business Summit on October 2nd at the same hotel, where we are hosting speakers from all over Pakistan and many of the ICAP speakers as well. So I'm here because of this conference, and yesterday I spent some time with different stakeholders here. So I believe that everyone from Pakistan, especially the Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, the KLI, big CEOs, the chairmen, and the senior practitioners are willing to visit here, because there are very rare big conferences and events where the national intelligentsia is assembling under one roof. So I must compliment this brilliant and commendable initiative of ICAP. My topic is all about investments, and the President and your team actually asked me about to share the investment landscape in Pakistan, and especially what should be the way forward from here, where Pakistan is standing today. So, first of all, at the national front, I must say that this is a very strategic timing for Pakistan, especially after India-Pakistan escalation. And I believe, this is my personal belief, that this was a divine intervention, whatever we achieved in the 4 days escalation time. And the recognition we are receiving from different countries, not only from the Muslim countries, but globally, especially from US, from China, from other neighbors and nations, this is actually an ideal time for Pakistan to make our house in order. But I also believe that the window is very limited, and we should avoid to celebrate it further, but we should focus on making our house in order. Because India, yes, we dominated in the recent episode, but as far as their economy, their overall landscape is concerned, I must say that there is no comparison. And we should understand and we should evaluate the picture in black and white, because all of you are chartered accountants, and no one knows the balance sheet in black and white like you. So, like what we are doing in our organizations, in our homes, in our society, we should understand that what are the root causes, what is the opportunity, and what are the challenges, and from here, how we should move forward. But before moving forward, this is important to understand the picture in black and white. And in my personal opinion, FDI is the biggest barometer or the evaluation criteria for the investment landscape. Because FDI is actually an indicator. If your FDI is higher, your business scenario, the business environment is healthy and positive, and your investors are satisfied. If your FDI is less, your business environment is in trouble. So from 1999 till today, in last 25 years, we attracted only $52 billion net FDI after all the outflows. And I'm not talking about from 1988 to 1999, where we attracted only $6 billion as a net FDI. So this is total $58 billion in last almost 37, 38 years. And the average is around $1.55 billion. But in last 25 years especially, we attracted only $2 billion per annum. This is an average, where we attracted around 5.4 and 5.3 billion dollars in 2006-7 and 2.8 billion dollars in 2008. But the overall average per annum of last 25 years is continuously $2 billion. So we should understand that where we are standing, because as per the global definition of FDI or the investment, your FDI should be the minimum 3% of your GDP. And your GDP today is around $411 billion. So this should be around $12 billion per annum, but we are continuously attracting around $2 billion. From 1999 to 2008, we attracted around $18.9 billion during General Musharraf era. During the PPP tenure from 8 to 13, we attracted around $9.8 billion. Then 13 to 18, during the PMLN tenure, we attracted around $10.3 billion. During the PTI tenure, 3 years and 10 months, we attracted $7.7 billion. Then PDM1, we attracted $1.55 billion. During the caretaker government of Senator Cocker of 5 months, we attracted $863 million. And last year, we attracted around $1.82 billion. So last year, fiscal FDI, net FDI was 1.93, but this year, 24-25, net FDI, as per the State Bank of Pakistan, is only $1.82 billion. This is even not $2 billion. I was expecting 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, but unfortunately, this is around $1.82 billion. If we are doing a comparison between different countries in our surrounding regions, so India is around, last year, $49.47 billion. Indonesia was around $47.6 billion. Vietnam is $36.7 billion. UAE, $31 billion. Qatar was around $29.3 billion. China was $33 billion. Countries like Turkey, Malaysia was around $11 to $12 billion. The Central Asian countries like Uzbekistan attracted $11 billion. Kazakhstan attracted $18 billion. Azerbaijan attracted $8 billion. And countries like Bangladesh, despite the political turmoil, they attracted around $3.9 billion. And last year, if we are doing the comparison with African countries, so 9 countries perform better than us. So Egypt was around $9.47 billion. South Africa was around $5.4 billion. Ethiopia was around $4 billion. And then countries like Mozambique, Uganda, Senegal, Nairobi, Namibia, they perform better than us. So here, actually, we are standing. This is the status of Pakistan FDI. So one thing is common if we are evaluating the data of top FDI countries in the world of last 20, 25 years. One thing is common. They allowed and they provided an environment to create wealth for their existing investors, whether the local investors or the foreign investors who are already working in the country. And then policy continuation, the legal cover, and many other things. So this is important to understand, that instead of focusing on FDI, you should work for FDI, but your 90% focus for next 3 to 5 years should be your existing investors, those who already invested in Pakistan. There are 2 types of investors. One is your foreign investors, one is your domestic investors. In foreign investors, one is the big multinationals, like 210 multinationals of OICCI, then mid-size investors, and then small investors. And in the local investor, one is the PBC crowd, the Pakistan Business Council, the big boys, then mid-size and the small investors. Next 3 years, you should facilitate them, make your house in order. Ashfaq Tola Sahab talked about the taxation. Asad Ali Shah shared some of the brilliant stories. So there are possibilities and there is a way, but we should focus on our own house. This is very important to understand. The FDI will be attracted automatically in the next 2-3 years. But 90% focus should be your existing investors. So this is my part one. The second part I want to cover is our comparison with India. And this is very important to understand because we are in the celebratory mode. And this is very important because I again repeat that this was the divine intervention. We all collaborated and we all understand that where we are actually standing. But there is a common understanding, a unanimous understanding that from here, this country should move forward in the right direction. So, till 1991, India was much behind us. Their GDP, their overall economy, their corporations, everything. Pakistan was much better country. What happened in the last 33 years, 34 years? Today, I mentioned about their FDI 49.47 last year. Their IT industry size is $280 billion plus, where IT export is over $200 billion. Our IT export is $3.8 billion this year. So, if we are evaluating the reasons, my conclusion is, my learning is, and you may disagree with me also, the first and foremost reason is their education infrastructure. And this is not restricted to IIMs and IITs, but the overall education investment, the overall education infrastructure they established in the last 70, 75 years. They are producing the global leaders. Today, over 50 plus global CEOs of multinationals are Indians, and they are dominating the business world globally. They are dominating in the Ivy League universities. In every walk of life, globally, Indians are dominating. So this is because of their education infrastructure. The second important learning is the policy continuation. What happened in 1991? This was actually the policies of Dr. Manmohan Singh, who is actually known as the founder of the modern economy of India. And later, every government followed his policies. And today, they are receiving the results, the fruits. The third thing is my learning is the fair elections, the continuation of governments. And I'm talking about 70, 80 years. I'm not representing any political party here. I'm not representing any political or any government here. I'm pure concerned Pakistani. I'm a practitioner. I'm a technocrat. So whatever I'm talking about, the state of Pakistan. So this is the third reason where we are actually facing the problems. And this is the difference between Pakistan and India. So from now, if we are seeing the surrounding regions, we should understand that Pakistan is an epicenter of 5 billion people in our surroundings. From Far East to Central Asian countries, to ASEAN, and South Asia, Middle East, Africa, the 5 billion people. So this is a classic strategic location. But are we channelize our resources? Are we utilizing this opportunity? A big no. And this is not the case of the current government. This is the case of last few decades. This is a continuation of, I must say that, ad hocism or the firefighting. So our size is today, as per the current census, 250 million, 25 crore. And by 2047, after 22 years, we will cross 40 crore, 400 million. So out of 25 crore, around 60 to 63% is under 30 years of age. And with the population of 250 million, we are world's 5th largest nation. Number 1 is India. They crossed China. Number 2 is China. Number 3 is US. Number 4 is Indonesia. And 5th is Pakistan. So we are not a small European, African, or Central Asian, or Middle Eastern country. We are world's 5th largest nation. So you can't manage an organization or a country of this size, of this magnitude, with ad hoc policies or the firefighting. We need a plan, we need a strategy. In every ministry, there are hundreds of presentations available, but with the transfer of a secretary or the change of the minister, your policies change. This is what is happening in your all economic ministries. In last 10, 11 years, you appointed 11 or 12 chairmen of FBR. You appointed around 12 or 13 federal secretaries finance. Same is the case of investment, same is the case of privatization. So how you are expecting a performance from the public officials as well, whether you are the secretary or you are the minister, whether you are a politician or you are a technocrat. So we should understand, as a state of Pakistan, there is a need to collaborate and a unanimous understanding on some fundamentals, on some national issues. Without resolving and without addressing these issues, we will continue like this. Saudi is a big opportunity. They are investing globally. In our surrounding countries, they are investing heavily. How much we attracted from Saudi Arabia in last 15 years? Any idea? Saif bhai, aapse to meri baat hui thi is pe. Asad bhai, any idea how much we attracted? In last 15 years? $500 million. 510 or $512 million. So last year I was sitting with the investment minister of Saudi Arabia. He said that, brother, we invested $21 billion only in Uzbekistan in the last 5 years. These are not the commitments, they already invested. And this is the case of many other countries as well. So they are serious, they are beyond serious. Same is the case of other countries as well. The problem is inside. So Pakistan's biggest challenge is not external. Pakistan's biggest challenge is internal. That with all the governments, whether PPP or PMLN or PTI or the military, any government in last 6, 7, 8 decades, our performance is same. And this is not I'm saying, this is the State Bank of Pakistan data is saying. Data कहते हैं झूठ नहीं बोलता. Emotions नहीं होते data के. So as a Pakistani, we should understand that where we are standing. मैं कोई यहाँ पे negative बात नहीं कर रहा. मैं यहाँ पे कोई pessimistic view नहीं दे रहा. जो मैं कह रहा हूँ ये कह रहा हूँ कि पता सबको सब कुछ होता है. There is no rocket science. बट हम टाइम पास कर रहे हैं. एक वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट है इस कंट्री में और वो चले चले जा रहा है. एक एलीट कैप्चर इस कंट्री में वो चले चले जा रहा है. तो जो पोटेंशियल है वो पोटेंशियल आप ज़ाया कर रहे हैं. द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इन दिस कंट्री इज इनकॉम्पिटेंस, नॉट द करप्शन. आई कांट बेट ऑन दिस बट आई बिलीव ऑन दिस. द करप्शन इज द पॉलिटिकल मंत्र ऑफ ऑल द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एंड द एस्टैब्लिशमेंट. I'm very candid about this. The biggest problem is incompetence. And we should study all the countries I mentioned here about the FDI or other things. They are engaging the best practitioners from the private sector in their ministries and their divisions. You are talking about UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, all the Central Asian countries. We are talking about Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, any other country, even African countries. वो इथोपिया का नाम आता था ना तो पिक्चर आती थी हमारे जहन में, कोई कहज़ादा बच्चे की. वो इथोपिया की FDI हमसे बहुत आगे जा रही है. Look at your Ethiopian airlines, how they are operating. So the problem is that we are not ready to learn. We are habitual for ad hocism. We are habitual for passing time. And we are habitual for fake claims and propaganda. In every political party, in every stakeholder, with every stakeholder, there are brilliant individuals available. In every government, we are experiencing some brilliant individuals, in every province also. But there is individual performance. There is no collective strategy for the country. और ये जो इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंस है ना, जो ब्रिलियंस है, ये आपको कहीं लेके नहीं जाएगी. हर मुल्क की एक स्ट्रैटेजी होती है. There is no country strategy for Pakistan. I'm not talking about the investment economy. I'm talking about the country strategy. The Pakistan of Imran Khan is different. The Pakistan of Bhutto's is different. The Pakistan of Sharif is different, and Pakistan of military is completely different. How can you operate 4 different types of Pakistan with a population of 250 million? Impossible. This is not possible to uplift this country, despite all the potential, all the strategic location. वो हम कहते हैं ना, चीन से हमारी जो दोस्ती है वो शहद से ज़्यादा मीठी है, आयरन ब्रदर्स हैं, ये दोस्ती उसकी काम नहीं आती. In today's world, ये गिव एंड टेक होता है. ना सऊदी आपको पैसे देगा, ना चाइना आपको पैसे देगा, जब तक आप अपने घर को सही नहीं करेंगे. तो ये मेरा दूसरा पॉइंट है. मेरा तीसरा पॉइंट, मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि जो पोटेंशियल है, मैं सिर्फ 2 चीज़ें आइडेंटिफाई करता हूँ. यहाँ पे बहुत सारी यूथ बैठी है. हम बात कर रहे हैं टेक्नोलॉजी की, डिजिटलाइजेशन की. हम बात कर रहे हैं कि हमारी कोई 60-62% population is under 30 years of age. So AdTech is a big thing globally. In 2023, the size of AdTech industry globally was $250 billion. By the end of 2027, this will be over $400 billion. Pakistan attracted only $90 million in last 10 years for AdTech investments. So there is a need to work on this area. सिर्फ यूथ के ज़्यादा होने से काम नहीं होता. This youth bulge is your asset. But how to channelize this youth bulge is the biggest question. Otherwise, we will be in real trouble. In my opinion, the biggest threat to Pakistan is not India. The biggest threat to Pakistan is 28 million kids out of the school. The state is not providing them education, neither vocational training. जिसे हम हुनर कहते हैं. And there are few million kids who are the part of the school system where they can only write their names after the matriculation. This is the biggest problem. I mentioned about 2047, in 22 years, we will cross 400 million. So आप ये imagine करें कि अगर आज 3.5-4 करोड़ बच्चा, उसको हम तालीम ही नहीं दे रहे, या वो सिर्फ मैट्रिक पर नाम लिख सकता है, ये 8 करोड़ होगा. This is the biggest threat to Pakistan. How much you are investing in education? Provinces and federation. So these are the things where we should rethink instead of passing time. सुबह हुई, रात हुई, बातें हम करते हैं, यहाँ पर आते हैं, बातें करते हैं. मैं भी 3 साल से आपके आईकैप में यकीन कर यही बात कर रहा हूँ. Am I right, सैफ भाई? मैं बस 2 मिनट लूँगा, पर्ची नहीं दीजिएगा मुझे यार. So the problem is that we are not ready to change. We are not ready to collaborate. Difference मेरी और आपकी सोच में हो सकता है, but एक patience होता है, एक tolerance होती है, एक respect होती है. वो हम respect भूल गए. हम कहते हैं ये चोर है और ये गद्दार है, और कल जो बोल रहा होता है उसको अगले बोलते हैं, और यही तमाशा इस मुल्क में चल रहा है. 2 पॉजिटिव चीज़ों पे मैं ये नोट ख़त्म करूँगा अपनी तकरीर, जिससे सिर्फ एक मैसेज निकलता है कि मेक योर हाउस इन ऑर्डर. दिस इज़ द सेंट्रल आइडिया ऑफ माई टुडेज टॉक. स्टेट बैंक ऑफ पाकिस्तान स्टार्टेड RDA, रोशन डिजिटल अकाउंट, इन 2020 जब कोविड आया था. वो कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट स्कीम नहीं थी, डिपॉजिट्स थे ओवरसीज पाकिस्तानीज़ के. 15-20% पाकिस्तानीज़ ने, ओवरसीज़ पाकिस्तानीज़ ने अपने थोड़े थोड़े पैसे उसमें जमा करवाए, नॉट देयर एंटायर वेल्थ, इवन नॉट देयर 25-30% वेल्थ। आज स्टेट बैंक से अगर आप चेक करें तो उसका नंबर $9.8 बिलियन है जो डिपॉजिट्स हुए। नंबर 1। दुबई लीक्स आप सबने देखा, हमारी जो डिक्लेयर्ड प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं वो $9.8 बिलियन हैं, एग्जैक्टली $9.8 बिलियन। अनऑफिशियल इज ओवर $31 बिलियन। ये 9.8 हुआ है जिसमें फर्रुख रहमान ने, खालिद रहमान ने, इन सब ने अपने नाम पे प्रॉपर्टीज़ ली हुई हैं। 31 में वो है जो अनडिक्लेयर्ड प्रॉपर्टीज़ है। तो अगर आप पॉजिटिव नंबर देखें जो डिक्लेयर्ड प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं, जो ऑफिशियल चैनल से हैं, वो 9.8 है। तो 9.8 एंड 9.8 आरडीए का कितने हो गए? $19.6 बिलियन। मैं आपको सिर्फ अभी 2 चीज़ें बता रहा हूँ बिकॉज ऑफ द शॉर्टेज ऑफ टाइम। देयर आर 10-12 थिंग्स मैं आपको डेटा के साथ बता सकता हूँ कि जहाँ आपके पास इतना पैसा है। आरडीए का थोड़ा सा पैसा 9.8 बिलियन और पाकिस्तानियों की थोड़ी सी इनकम एक कंट्री की $9.8 बिलियन। 7 बिलियन के लिए हम बैगिंग कर रहे हैं। सो पैसा यहीं पे मौजूद है, पोटेंशियल यहीं पे मौजूद है। हमें अपने घर को सही करना है, हमें पॉलिटिकल पॉइंट स्कोरिंग को ख़त्म करना है। जो भी गवर्नमेंट हो उसको सपोर्ट करें, फुल स्टॉप। मेरा इख्तिलाफ हो सकता है, आपका इख्तिलाफ हो सकता है, लेकिन अगर मैं सपोर्ट करना बंद कर दूं और वो गवर्नमेंट फेल हो जाए, कोई भी गवर्नमेंट हो, नुकसान मेरा और आपका है। ना कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी पहले है, ना एस्टेब्लिशमेंट पहले है। इस मुल्क में सबसे पहले अगर कोई है तो वो पाकिस्तान है। उसकी सोचें और उस घर को सही करें जैसे अपने घर को सही करते हैं। पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।